So, welcome everybody. I'm really happy to see so many of you. Very nice that you all show up tonight live for this webinar, The Essence of Healing and Inner Growth with Healing Session. This will be an evening with lecture, but also a part 2 will be the healing session with mantras. Some of you already know that. For those who don't know it, it's a time to really connect with yourself, dive deep, and especially relax. So, like I said before, it would be nice to have a quiet space and maybe headphones even, so that it really connects with your inner core. And for now, I just want to introduce myself and Carsten a little bit before we hand over the microphone to Carsten. So my name is Devi. I'm Carsten's partner, and together we have the concept Tao and Qigong, the art of living, developed it to bring forward the deeper philosophy and practices of Tao in a modern way, so available and accessible for this modern age. This I have been doing with Carsten for the last years, but Carsten has been going this path already for more than 40 years. His path started as a child when he was very young, being very interested in martial arts, and through martial arts with the Chinese and Asian philosophies, and of course also deeply interested in the healing arts. So this is actually what he wanted to dive into, also as a sinologist, and going deeper into martial arts, spending lots of time in Asia and with masters. So he has different approaches that are actually very accessible in our times. And I felt very, very attuned to that. So I'm really happy to go this road together with him and help people with this approach. For today, the topic is the essence of healing and inner growth. So how can your healing, deep healing, and be connected to a deeper spiritual path, a deeper spiritual growth? And this, Carsten will tell you all about it today. So I hand over the microphone to Carsten, and yes, enjoy this evening, everyone.
You might think maybe that I will give you different ideas how to heal something, but it's not about this. It's about this connection of inner growth and healing. And it's very simple, because when we think about healing first, so just when we hear about healing, we know the general advice, like, and this is the same advice also the Chinese masters give to the student if they study Tai Chi or Qigong or meditation. It's good to have good food, take care about your day rhythm, and inner balance of yin and yang, and all these things. Yeah. But you see, there's a problematic point behind that. If you look into our society and into the world, most people even don't care about this. Well, they care a little bit, but not really. And the deeper reason is, and that's very important, we are not just a physical body. We are a multi-dimensional being, connected, or how to say, so we are a connection of body, energy, emotional layers, soul levels, and even a deeper part in us which connects to the oneness, or to the universe, or to the origin of life, to the Tao. This at least is a very old picture in the Asian traditions of what a human being is. And I will show you this as on a picture later. But generally for us, most important is the following point. Yeah? First, healing has to do with the physical body, but only in some parts. And the second point is, mostly we have some self-destructive ways of living, of doing things, and maybe also a lack of self-love and connection with ourselves. So this leads to the following conclusion. The conclusion is the way we treat us internally is the way we go through life. We eat, we do things. It's the way we treat other people, and it's also the way we treat nature. You see, and now in the moment, nature is not in a good condition. The whole planet is not in a good condition. And this has to do with the way how we treat us generally. So I just want to make it a little bit clear that easy advice of what would be good for you in your daily life is a nice message, but it generally doesn't reach our soul level or our deeper existence. And that's the reason why for inner growth, you need other things, you need other combinations. So, and this is a little bit what I want to share with you in this webinar. I have some slides. Would you like to see some slides in between? Who would like to see some slides? Good. So we have some slides for the beginning, so the lecture gets a little bit clearer. And I share with you. I see. And the topics are, what is a human being? So different levels of a being. Then comes the most important I want to say today is, what did I find out for the key points of inner growth and healing over my 30 years of teaching? Then part 3 is the Taoist approach to wisdom. And number 4, maybe you're interested, so how do healing sessions work? So, and I already mentioned some things like, the core concepts for inner growth. We are one unity of body, mind, and soul. And the way we live and how we treat ourselves, other people, and nature is interconnected with our consciousness. So this leads to a very important next point, which goes definitely through all my classes, all my teachings, and was the changing point in the last, let's say, 10 to 8 years, how we taught people, and also changing point in the success of people in inner growth. And here the most important point for me is different levels of being require different frequencies of healing, or for healing and integration. And that's very, very important to see. So I repeat, very short, the 5 levels of our existence. This is very short because I have another webinar on YouTube about this topic, which I gave 2 years ago. So if you're interested, you can look deeper into this. You see, the physical body generally is important for healing. And if we have a stronger body or healthier body, it's of course very good for inner growth. We can do a step forward and we can easily heal. But there's a difference between the health of my body, or how strong my body is, and the energy I have. So here many people mix this up to a certain level. So they mix this in this way that they maybe don't have a strong body, but they look for more energy. Yeah. But actually what they need is more muscles, more movement, stronger bones. Because energy is a refined level. It can be also vice versa. For example, your body is really healthy and strong, but you always lack energy. because you're just overworked. There are too many things to do. And we see this often with sportsmen or women. For example, soccer game, football, if they play a lot, they are in a good shape physically, but actually from the energy they are exhausted. So that means in the long run, if the energy is exhausted, this will go into the essence, and easily in the future they might get sick. This is one example. But generally, both body and energy are very important, a very important base for healing and transformation, because we need a strong energy for a step forward. Emotional level is level number 3, and here are a lot of deep things which we don't reach when the energy is not so refined. So here are our belief sentences, old traumata, old habits, the way we think about us, the way we think about the world. So this definitely needs a total different approach, a more refined way of looking into us. Or in other words, needs the ability in us that we start to feel us inside and to feel deeper levels in us. It's not anymore outside energy work. So above this is the intuitive level. This is what you experience in deep meditation, where you feel like your body is disappearing, but also where you get some messages or visions. But intuitive level is also something which has to do with the family network you are in, or the ancestor line you are in. Because all this, for example, the whole ancestor line and our whole family situation is shown in us, because we are part of this field. And for inner growth, it needs a clarity in this field. And for healing, very often the reason why a sickness doesn't become better has to do also with ancestor line, or let's say even maybe some karmic things a long time ago. So the next level is the level of non-duality. Here you make deep experiences of oneness, which develops in you naturally a deep trust in life, and immediately some of your old fears will disappear, at least to a certain degree. So you see, the higher levels of non-duality in the intuitive field, they give you a lot of information, like a download, which is changing your life. It's really, let's say, like something changing in your DNA. You get a new input. But the question is, can you download this input which you get from the higher levels in your body? For this, you need to feel your body. The body has to be able to be a container to take this in. And very often the emotional level in the middle is a kind of stagnation. Because when we don't care about our shadow sides, about our deep emotional stuff inside, then it's very difficult to bring a download of the higher fields into our daily life. So vice versa, we need the body and the energy to really start deep healing and the transformation. So you see, all of these things are connected. Yes. Okay, I go back. So you saw some pictures. These 5 layers, I just want to give you an idea. But so if you see this, you might also get intuitively the answer why just doing some movements together with some energy work in a class will not deeply change people. Actually, for about 30 years, I gave classes like that, and also many trainings. And I heard often at the end of a training that people came to me and said, is wonderful. I learned all these Qigong forms, it's great. I learned all these meditations, it's great. But you know, in daily life, I don't have time for all the forms. And you know, my life pattern is this and this and this. So I can only take 5% of this in my life. You know what this means? All the exercises really didn't touch the core of a person. So because of this reason, over the years, I changed my approach for inner growth and also for spiritual parts. And I looked for an answer what people really need. So one answer is actually very simple. They need a good combination of inner work in the class, especially in a retreat. So, you see, the first thing, if you see these 5 levels, is you might easily understand if you go in a class, can be a retreat or can be a 2 days class, and you have to be very busy and learn many things and write things down. Your soul level or the intuitive level, non-duality, and even your inner child will not take part in this class. Because they only take part when they feel that there's vacation time, that there's nothing to do, when they feel the adult can really withdraw and relax. You see, this is one of the deep mysteries in teachings which we have in monasteries. There's a lot of silence and a lot of waiting. I waited very often there, yeah. And a lot of doing nothing. And this leads to the fact that the adult feels, well, there's nothing to do here. So this is a little bit now the strategy I teach longer retreats, to touch people and to give them the possibility to grow from inside, like a vacation, like nothing to do. And the second part is, you see, in a good vacation day, if you can plan a vacation day now, would it be 5 hours swimming? Maybe a little bit too long, right? Okay, would it be we only eat all the day? You see, a little bit boring, right? You agree? Or maybe we only have a walk or only see movies? No, because we need actually a combination of things that our heart is touched. Here we live close to the seaside, so a good vacation day, if the sun is there, which wasn't today, if the sun is there and we would spend the day, would be, we have some swimming, we enjoy the sun, maybe we have a nice cappuccino at the beach, a walk, a good fish, yeah, possibly maybe a glass of wine, and at the end you read a wonderful book in the evening or see a nice movie or hug each other. Do you agree? You can have your own plan, yeah? But no one just wants to eat, yeah? And the same is in the class. So different aspects of us are actually supporting each other. Yeah? If my body is alive, my heart opens, yeah? My soul can take in things. And this is a little bit the way how the Tao is teaching is also generally. Like Tao's teaching is connected with a lot of movements. Yeah? Moving, feel the body, with energy work and breathing, with silent meditation. You see, you also now have different parts. And also with coming alive in the body, becoming alive in the body movements. It's not just for a structure. It's really to feel you, to develop your expression, to open your heart. And this is only one part. It goes together with maybe here some classical texts of Taoism, or what I also integrate hearing some mantras which we have today. Why we integrate this? Because it's touching more the soul when the body is open. It goes into another dimension. You see, mantras generally go to the emotional level, to the intuitive level, but also open the ability to get a touch of this feeling of, sometimes, of non-duality. It's just a touch. A touch sometimes is enough. It's a taste. So a taste makes our heart interested, makes our cells interested. We naturally like to get more. So you see this interaction, maybe you know already, or maybe in some parts it's new for you. Yeah? But generally, for me, no matter which class I teach, from the beginning I have all 5 levels of existence in my heart, and I try to combine all to a wonderful art piece. But now comes the main point I want to tell you here. And the main point is, so that's what I want to tell you. What did I find out from my view? Maybe you have another view, another perspective. What do people really need for inner growth and for change? And if we honest in this topic, we can see, and I speak from my experience, we can see that most people like to have fun in the workshops, or to have more energy, or to feel better. But you see, this is one part. When it comes to a deeper topic in their life, maybe a chronic disease, maybe a relationship which is really at the end now, or some habits of always drinking alcohol, taking cannabis, some drugs, or generally bad habits, self-destructive sorts. When it comes to these real points, easily most of us have the tendency to slip away like a fish. Why? Because it hurts us. And this is the end of normal yoga, tai chi, qigong, kung fu classes. Because in this class, normally these deeper levels are not touched. So what does it need to go through that? Because if you just seen on this picture, it has to do with deeper emotional levels, and also with a deeper connection to life. And the point is, that's the most important. All spiritual growth, all inner growth, which has really to do with spirituality, starts after we go through these points which hurts us, through our weak points, through our shadow sides, through our fear. And then something deep can develop. So, what is my general strategy in this? And I want to avoid too much talking, so I have a picture for you. You want to see a picture of the 4 points? Was this a yes? Okay, good. I show that. We go here. Where am I now? These are the key points for inner growth. Can you see the whole picture? Also the drawings at the right side? Good. So one is being seen. One is integration. And the third is break free from old life patterns. And number 4 is connect to a higher dimension. I will talk about the 4 points a little bit. Take it back now. Yeah, so you can see me more. Being seen is most important. Being seen means, like in a class, you feel part of the group, you feel accepted. And I say this because I observed many classes and have been in many teachings over the years where I was in line number 3 and only saw the teacher all the time and the other people with the bag. This is good for learning theory and energy, but I might easily go into my own world when I take part as a student like that. So let's look closer to this point. Being seen is a major point in all therapy forms. You can share from your heart what's going on. Someone is listening to you. So I will also do it in my class, even if it's not therapy. If you just share how you feel, people listen. People are there in the heart with their presence. Or you do movements and people are there with the heart, with presence, and look at you. You feel you belong there. And the key sentence is, because someone is witnessing you as a witness, and you say something from your heart, this already, because someone is witnessing, like in quantum theory, it goes into a deeper field. It's already changing. You share a drama, someone is witnessing with presence, it's already changing in this moment. So this part is most important. Belonging is the basis for becoming. Very few people in this world had success spiritually if they didn't feel a belonging. Can be a belonging in the partnership, in the family. Maybe I've been out group for years. Can be a belonging even in a workshop or in a training. So you don't feel seen, you don't feel accepted, you don't feel witnessed, you easily withdraw. On the soul level you withdraw. This is like a good plant, A plant needs what? Needs the water and the sunshine, needs to be nourished, be part of the surrounding. Then the plant can blossom. We as human beings are the same. Yeah. And nowadays, it happened, and I could see this over the years, there are many people who work in the digital world or like nerds, always on computers and this work. And they very often go into loneliness. And no matter which workshop they book, no matter which special class they want to take part in, there will mostly be no change because the belonging is missing. This makes sense for you? It's such an important point. That's also why I integrate some sharing, but sharing from the heart, listening in my classes, in the teaching. This is number 1. Yeah. So you see, don't want to make it too long here. It can easily end up in a really long story because all the points connect, and the things I say are only a part of a big puzzle. There are many different other aspects of healing which I even can't mention today. Let's look at the other point, integration. You see, all kind of healing, all kind of inner growth has to do with integration. It's not, I sit there in my mind, I become calm. It is integration of what, for example? My head, my heart, my belly. Mostly in our life, this is separated. So we are in our head or we are in our heart. Or my left and right brain. Yeah. All my organs is a team, I feel them. And their emotions working together in a harmonious way also interact, integrate the source of my brain. Yeah? There's an interaction. Even deeper, my interaction between me and people of my family, or my connection to nature. So you see, all this has to do with integration. Integration is the key point. The key point is not only awareness or calming down. We can have awareness and calm down for years. If we don't integrate, nothing happens. And integration means also integration of deeper level of existence. If I only follow my mind in my life and the outside society, what I see in TV, in the news, and my energy level, my soul is drying out. I'm here also maybe for deeper reasons, and this needs an integration of deeper levels in my being so that I can live them. You see, integration is actually, and I love that, it's the key point in Taoist practice for healing, but also for inner growth. That's why there's so much body work, integration of different aspects of the body, left side, right side, organs, movements in waves, but also meditations with different organs or different energy centers where you combine things, where you move energy through meridians, through organs, through the body, so that everything is connected, not only inside the body, at the same time with a deeper field. So we have integration as part number 2. Yeah. And 2 other aspects is, and you see, sometimes when there is a longer class, I just meditate before and sense from my heart, what do people really need? What's important for them, beside doing some practices. And this picture comes often, number 3, the possibility to break through old life patterns. I repeat that, the possibility to break through old life patterns. Here, I was also inspired by Buddhist teachings. And as you know, Buddhist teaching, Taoist teaching in Asia, sometimes melding because they overlap. It's natural because both traditions are very close, and the Buddhism really influenced Taoism a lot. But Buddhist teaching, especially in Dzogchen teaching, this is a higher teaching of realizing the true nature. They have one generally picture of us, of everyone, including me. The picture is we are all slaves or prisoners. Prisoners of our old routines, prisoners of our way how we do things, prisoners of our mind. And it's very difficult for us to get free of the old routines. And this is very often how people come in a workshop. Yeah, it can be a little bit like, everything is really too much, life is so heavy. Yeah. Or it can be, whoa, I'm totally focused in my mind all the time, or I'm a little bit proud. We are all deeply in old patterns. And this is one of the key points. And here I see body movement as a strong vehicle to support us. Yeah. We can become free of this again. So body movement is one part, yeah, but also needs deeper meditations for this. And sometimes, for example, in classes, because we also integrate Western approaches from coaching, in our training especially, but also in other classes, yeah, it can be great, for example, for people in constellation work, which we also do, if you stand in your own life, just stand, for example, in an open heart. So you move in the room to a place where you're just standing in a field where it's written open heart. And I saw one person who was standing in this field of open heart, who is a real story now, who the first time in his life experienced such an open heart, like a child. And you see just this experience in all his cells dragged him the next 5 years into exercises and practices to leave this old pattern of being fixed in his adult structure. Does this make sense for you? Because why it's important? You see, all spiritual practice comes close to a point of getting back the playfulness of a child, and the innocence of the child, and the nakedness of a child. This nakedness inside, the innocence and the open heart of the child and the soft body is the ticket for getting close to the spiritual world, or to really understand deeper things far behind our intellect. So it has a lot to do with living our true potential. So this is number 3. And number 4 is, for me, most important. I was never looking for that years ago, is creating a higher dimension of existence in the class and also for people at home. So higher dimension can be very, very deep meditation, which normally not so easy for people. But actually, higher dimension first means that in the class or in the retreat, during the day, there's a presence of an energy, of a kind of existence, which is much above your personality topics. Why? It's very simple. This is what Albert Einstein also said. The solution is never on the topic of the problem. And we have the tendency, if we have a personal problem, to move left and right into this, to put more energy into this, to think about this very long. But I experience very often that people really change. I'll give you one example. After some deep healing sessions in the class, where a deeper dimension opened, and immediately the personal topic became very small, and another answer came in. So, if you look to all spiritual traditions, no matter which one, Christianity, Buddhism, Taoism, Sufism, yoga, so Hinduism, they always talk about the higher dimension, because this is a key for transformation. Here is the essence inside for inner growth, which is beyond our personal inner growth in daily life. So you see, these are my 4 points. And I was happy to see the last years that when I worked with the 4 points, that people really could take a step forward. Yeah, nearly finished this. And wow, the time passes here fast. I can make it short a little bit. Beside these 4 points, we also need some qualities. I sense immediately 3 important qualities. First, the quality of self-reflection. So really look where you are standing. if other people want to cheat us, that's already very bad. If people say, oh, this Tao stuff has no truth, or meditation, energy work is nothing, well, we can feel, okay, they might be wrong, and they might be right, and we don't do this. But if we cheat ourselves, that's a problem. So we need a deep clarity where we're standing, and the ability that other people say to us where we are standing, that we are in a kind of exchange. This is number one. And honestly speaking, I see nowadays many people in the esoteric scene who are in their own world. They don't know where they're standing. So no way to improve. It's like at university. Second, the practices we do have to be growth-oriented. Growth-oriented means if I repeat in a daily routine what's fine for my daily life, this is great. This has nothing to do with inner growth. For example, I was a teacher with Kung Fu school when I was 30 and Tai Chi school and some Qigong. I could have done this the next 20 years. I might be better in Kung Fu and Tai Chi, but has nothing to do with really understanding what life is, or, for example, open deeper energy centers, or open my heart. This is another topic. So, what's really important for your next step in life, in your life, personally? And what do you need for that? And the third part is, we all need courage to do that step. And courage we need in our body. If we don't have it in the body, we don't do the step forward. So if the body is powerful and alive and flexible, you can easily do the step. If you feel, oh, you're an old structure and there's a wall in front of you, my next step might be through the wall. Sorry, I don't do that. So let's talk about it. You see, these are 3 points. Yeah. I hope I could teach you or tell you some things which were not so clear for you.
I think you also
What?
we have first.
I cannot understand here anything. Yeah, but can you understand me when I talk? Yeah. Okay. So I will share at the end some pictures for a moment. You see, these were the key points for inner growth. They're all very important, and also qualities for inner growth: self-reflection, growth orientation, courage. So we can all look into that. And now comes, how do the Taoists actually do it? And actually, beside body work and energy work, the Taoist approach for healing and at the same time for inner growth is, one, to connect with our inner resources like our heart, but also the energy of the kidneys, pelvic floor, or the libido. But in other words, you see, libido is the point where the Kundalini starts. It's more the essence of life force, which starts in the sacrum pelvic floor area. So this is one idea in the Taoist traditions, but the deeper idea is even something else, is bringing these energies together into a very refined energy, which is slowly entering our emotional level and even deeper levels of our being. So, and this is also what I generally teach in my summer retreats, to create an energy which is very fine, very deep, so that it penetrates all our cells and touches not only level 1 and 2, but also level 3, 4, and maybe 5 at the end, if it's combined with, in my case, in my classes, with some good healing sessions. So you see it as a picture like this. This is the key picture in Taoist meditations. Bring your heart, bring your love, and the energy of your belly and your libido or the perineum floor energy together and start melting inside you. Here we go. So how do healing sessions work then? You see, healing sessions are one of the major things in my classes, and this came because many people asked for healing sessions. They said, I joined the next class if you do a healing session afternoon. And so I found, wow, it seems to be more beneficial for people than I thought. So I want to explain you a little bit how it generally works, or how my one works. So first is, there's one way of healing sessions in the world, which very famous. You become like a channel. So you breathe in energy through the crown or through your feet, and you send it out through your hands, or maybe also through your third eye, to someone in front of you, or to a group in front of you. So this is the general pattern in a healing session. And depending on how the session is called, can it be Reiki, prana healing, cosmic healing, or another kind of healing, you connect with different frequencies or different levels of energy, so the taste of the energy is different. For example, you connect with divine beings, or you connect with planets, or you do Reiki, feels energetically totally different. But this is one point of how healing works. And I don't use this method so much generally, because my method is simple. You can also do this. I teach this also in class. You embrace, like you connect with the whole universe, and you create a kind of ball between your hands. And in this ball you put a person as a blueprint. So in this way, every person who takes part in a healing session, and can be 500, will have an effect, because every person is a blueprint. Because you have one blueprint, every person is connected with this. So this way, it's much more easy, because I can connect a deeper group. Makes sense for you? So when I learned that, I was very happy. It's a bit magic. Yeah, the most important is you feel a strong energy between your hands, otherwise there's no effect. Yeah. But using mantras will change this, because it's not just the energy between your hands, it's now into this person I can blow some mantras, and mantras go more into the soul level, or into level 3, 4, and 5, so from the emotions into higher dimensions of our existence. So that's why the mantra actually sneaks in the energy field. Means, like, if the energy is a wave of the ocean, the mantra is to surf on the wave. So with the energy, the mantra is easily carried into the cell structure of a person. Interesting, right? This is interesting. So if you do only mantras and people sit back on a chair, I sense the effect not deep. Why? They are not in the body. Yeah? If they meditate before, they connected with the cells, and you connect with the cells and connect the energy, the mantra can immediately sneak in the heart. Yeah, simple. But also very important is if the chakras, I speak yoga language now, if the chakras open, if the heart chakra more open, or someone has the kundalini open, all the thing is different. If someone has an open kundalini and you meditate in a class, immediately your field expands into the whole group. This is also kind of healing, just because of your presence. So the kundalini is the magic key. Or the Taoists say that when the inner alchemy starts and the energy centers open, so this energy is sent out to the people in the room just because you sit there, because your field is not limited to your body. In healing sessions, I sometimes work a little bit into this direction, but can tell you, this for me is also a bit a mystery. So when I do healing sessions live in a class and already together with the group, like some of you have been in Bonn here, I see 2 or 3 have been in Bonn last weekend. So day 2, I give a healing session. It's more like I start with a field between my hands, but when I do the session and say the mantras, it's more like as if my whole field expands in the room. So there's no border anymore. I even forget the ball in my hands. Why? Because the mantras also activate my energy, so my energy is just melting in the whole room, and so I'm actually one with the whole group. This comes on its own. Also, you will not lose energy, it's just your field becomes much bigger. Yeah. This is a bit more complicated, but like all things in life, just needs practice, then everyone can do that. My God, I wanted to do it in 30 minutes. Now I talked a little bit longer, we had a long introduction. I hope you are not tired now. Are you tired now? No one tired? So, you want to have a healing session? Okay, let's do just some minutes of shaking, yeah, of shaking and moving the body. And then, well, I do my best with the mantras now. It's not like live in class, this is clear. And in case you see the video later, sorry, there's only, if you see it later, 30% of the energy on, because healing session has to be live. All right, we stand up, do some movements. So, okay, and just move around yourself. Maybe navel also and the back side of the spine. All right, and shake your body. Like, shake your belly and let all tension go. You can also make a sound. Just shake your body. And now, for a moment, just feel that all your belly is shaking. As if there is a chi or energy ball in your belly. Now you're more refined. Belly getting warm. again, just do a breathing. Breathing in, belly comes out, breathing out, belly goes in, belly goes out. And this is called lower abdomen breathing. You can do different times. So I breathe in, I fill my belly, I breathe out, the belly goes back. Just scoop the energy for a moment. Breathe in and out. As if I'm very big, I take an energy from everywhere. I'm embracing heaven and earth. And when my hands go down, all this life force enters my crown. Now I scoop one time from my belly. And you can sit down. You see a landscape and can just follow me. So you see the lotus flower. So just put your hands in front of your heart. Connect with your heart. You can also connect with everything that bothers you or bothered you in the last weeks or days. Just feel how the love of your heart is shining from your heart into your whole body. You can also sense your body as much as possible for a moment. Is there some pain somewhere? Some tension? Some organs, joints, bones which need support? Now you slowly drop your hands down to your navel. Like dropping your mind into your belly. You can sit back on the chair, straight but relaxed so that the lower spine touches the chair. Very soft and open if you like. And I will start the healing session in silence and then say some mantras. Most important, we are connected and you just let go. Like melting. And let the mantras and the healing touch you if you want that. And sometimes you might feel that you become more like water now, or that the body gets softer, or moves very subtle. In case this happens, just allow that. In case there will be any sound problem and you don't hear my voice, also fine, it will still work. Om Bajrang Guru Bhame Om Bajrang Guru Bhame Jin Yin Jin Abjan Zambi Mega Dong Malaya Jin Jig Yamni Bame Juni Jizra Go Go Jamong Be Wo Shiz Bijir Da Jin Jin Da Jizu Uru Meme Jing Yin Objian Zan Bei Me Ge Dong Ma La Ya Zhen Ji Yin Ni Bei Me Zhen Ni Ji Zi Jia Ke Le Ge Zhan Mong Me Wo Ji Zi Ji Zi Da Ji Ji Jin Jin Na Ji Ji Zi Ru Uru Me Me Aisha Samaha, Mabindamarara, Hagunga Aishala, Sabindamarali, Gahana Lila, Hama Sasha Gichu. Aisha Samaha, Mabindamarara, Haganga Aishala, Sabindamarali, Gahana Lila, Hama Sasha Gichu. Aisha Samaha, Mabindamarara, Haganga Aishala, Sabindamarali, Gahana Lila, Hama Sasha Gichu. Shasamha Mabindamarara Haganga Shala Sabindamarali Gahanamira Hama Zasha Kichu. Mabindamarara Haganga Shala Sabindamarali Gahanamira Hama Zasha Kichu. Jale Jule Junis Om, 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 Jale Jule Junis. Shunna, 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 khala, 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 khala. And just relax for you can maybe massage around your belly, your navel with your hands. Or just blow a wind in your hands, a warm wind. Put them on your eyes. And slightly massage your face area or your senses. And so slowly just come back. Always good to come back by touching yourself. Might be good to stretch one time or to bend one time. Okay, so we are back, and even in time. Who felt something in the healing session? You can raise your hand, make it simple. Oh, great. Yeah. Who feels more soft or nearly fall in sleep or became heavy? Can just, great. Who felt like the heart opened, something in the heart happened? Who had, wow, quite many people. This is not so easy online. Who had maybe some little shakings or in the body shakings? Yeah, great also. This is mostly relaxation of the nerve system or integration. Sometimes there comes some pain in between, which goes away later. Did someone had short pain somewhere or now? Yeah, also good effect, by the way. It shows that the healing goes deeper into the organs or the bones or wherever the pain was. Yeah, we can take the last minutes for, Davy, you can lead this for feedback. If someone wants to ask a question or wrote a question, then I'm open for some questions. If you want to ask a question. So maybe some people already gave feedback or have a question, then will you lead this? Is this okay, Davy?
Okay. So yes, we still have some time. If there are still any questions, maybe after this healing session, not so many questions anymore, but you never know. We're open for it because, yeah, that was also the point for this webinar, that people who don't know us yet, they know a little bit how we are, how we work, and yeah, maybe there's something pops up. Dagmar writes, thank you very much. So there's also feedback. Yes, thank you for being here, everybody. Corinna, thank you deep from the heart. Have to leave. Warm greetings. Yes, I really hope you enjoyed also the healing session, and that maybe it will also still deepen this evening, or maybe while you sleep. No more questions, no more feedback. So most of you already know us, or at least had our newsletter, or you know we have a new website. So anything you would like to know, you can read it. We have so much input. Carsten wrote so many interesting articles. They're all in English now, so if you want to learn more, it's very profound. So check the blog, check the website. I can recommend. Dagmar writes, "I'm so relaxed and lazy." That's very good. So it's also maybe the adult bit more relaxed now, turning off. So I also would like to mention that if you are interested to experience like deep healing, like Carsten just described, then retreats are really recommended because you take time, you have enough time to relax and to go deeper and to let the healing work by itself. And this group is like an English-speaking group, so you are open for English-speaking retreats, and we still have some spots left for Holland, for our retreat week in Holland. So if you are interested to dive into that, then there's still a possibility to subscribe. I will put the link in the chat, and only for this group there will be a discount. So there will be a discount of 70 euros. Normally it's like 690 euros for the course. So not the accommodation, but the course. And for this group, you can join in if you decide quickly, because it's also the last spot. Then it would be 620 euros if you join in. And that would be for 7 days. So here's the link. And you can also just write to us, to Carsten's or my email address, if you have any more questions. And of course, we have online courses. We have free webinars on our YouTube. So just check in, dive in if you like. And some faces I already see will be there in the summer. So that's really nice. I look forward to them, to seeing you, Satish, Yantine, Guido, Justine. Very good.
And so, Asian. Asian is also coming. Asian.
Asian, yeah. Great.
Asian.
That's great. Ah, yeah, now I see him. Cool.
Thank you. See you in summer in Odenwald.
Yeah, Axel will be in the summer retreat in Germany. That's so cool.
Thank you. Ciao.
Tschüss, Axel. Bye bye. Well, thank you so much for being here. Carsten, if you would like to add something, round up this beautiful group, then you're very welcome.
Yes, I can add something. Yeah, thank you very much for joining the class. And I see most of you really relaxed. Hope to see you in future, and I hope you got something out of this webinar. I tried my best. And in case you have any questions coming further, which is normal, so just write to us. Yes. All right. So thank you again. I wish you all the best, all the health you need, all the support you need, and for your life, for inner growing and finding your potential and your true nature. That's it from my side. So, good evening and bye-bye, and maybe see you soon. Yeah. Ciao, ciao.